This week on Lexington Now, the updated snow and ice plan, a new art installation, and the signs of the season. I'm Neil Noah, and welcome to Lexington Now for the week of December 7th, 2020. Snow and ice season is back, and Rob Allen of Streets and Roads gives us a refresher on how the city handles winter weather on our roads.
We're already in the middle of the winter of 2020-21. This year, you can go to lexingtonky.gov, our homepage, and look at our snow plan if you're interested. Is my street or my route to work going to be treated for snow? We made some minor additions as far as adding some streets this year, but nothing major. One of the big things we're dealing with is COVID-19. So we've had to do some things to limit exposure for our drivers as far as we're a closed campus and they can't do ride-alongs with the media this year. And when folks from other facilities come to get loaded for salt, they have to stay in their vehicles. And they can't, we'll communicate by phone or by radio. We have an agreement with the State Department of Transportation that if either agency is severely impacted by the virus, that we will assume the other's routes. That's good planning by the administrations at both agencies, and we're glad to have that in place. We feel like, if you notice, we take care of everything inside New Circle Road. For example, Nicholasville Road actually is a state highway, and the state takes care of Nicholasville Road from New Circle, through Jessamine and wherever. If there was a problem within the state, we would take over that part from New Circle to the county line, or maybe longer if we needed. Same thing for them on the reverse. If there was an impact to our agency, they would come on into town and take 27 to its conclusion. Same thing with Harrodsburg Road and several other roads like that. The only thing we would not do for the state, we would not do really big roads like the interstate or New Circle, but anything else they needed help with, we would take over. Our roads are ranked 1 through 4. And basically the one being the highest priority has to deal with traffic counts and facilities. For example, I mentioned Nicholasville Road, 2 major hospitals, major retail, multiple employers up and down that corridor. So that would be an example of a road we would try to get to first. Rank 4 is what we call a neighborhood collector. It would be a road, for example, Stonewall Estates, right off of Clay's Mill. Cindy Blair is a collector road where the neighborhood residential streets empty onto the road and then folks leave or enter the neighborhood through there. That would be a rank 4. Typically rank 3s are neighborhood collectors, but they're also Lexington or school bus routes in many cases. And then a rank 2 would be a road that's a major collector or minor arterial. We've already had one small snow this season, and we saw a huge increase in wrecks and people going off the road. And it seems like the beginning of the year, everyone forgets, slow down. Most of the wrecks are caused by speed, and whether you got a tank of a vehicle or not, you cannot drive on ice. A lot of our events are preceded by rain, which inhibits our ability to pre-treat the roads. And then we get kind of a rain-sleet mix, which starts to ice up the roads, especially bridges and hills. Folks will notice that we start treating those areas first. Like you'll see us out downtown because of all the big hills near Rupp Arena and around UK's campus and things like that. And we start treating those sensitive areas first and move from there. We have not declared a snow emergency since, I believe, 2008. Those routes that you see are deemed essentially critical routes throughout the county. The mayor declares an emergency. You have so many hours to get off street, get your vehicle off the street, and we're going to focus on those roads, whether it's with contractors or heavy equipment. It usually means that we're going to have an amount of snow predicted in 8 inches or more, and it's a pretty serious snow. So we have to take care of those, and emergency routes are main connector, collector type roads, and just to do the basics, whether it's to get to the hospital, groceries, things like that, we have to take care of those roads first. We are conscious of the amount of salt and chemicals that we use. We try to use the least amount possible to get the job done for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's environmentally friendlier and safer, and number two, being good stewards of city tax dollars and our resources.
A new art installation has been put into place at the Senior Center. We caught up with the donor of the piece to talk to him about what it means to him.
I'm Kirk Kopitsky, and I'm one of the center's participants, I guess. I've been at the Senior Center for 3 years, I would estimate. After my wife passed away in 2017, I started participating in activities here at the Senior Center. I started thinking about a project after Betsy passed away that I could undertake that would really show my honor to her, and for her to be represented somehow on a platform bigger than myself. And so I thought about a project that would engage senior citizen artists. So I set up some criteria. I said, all right, I'm going to go out and find senior citizen artists within our community, and I'm going to solicit, I'm going to look at the art that they already have, they've created, and solicit some to create art for this specific purpose, with the idea that whatever art is created had to be somewhat reflective of the mission of the Senior Center, where, it was relatable to senior citizens. I guess it started off, it's just a photograph that was taken, and I can't swear if it was before we were married or after we were married. A picture that I took of Betsy and our dog. For me, the picture captured the essence of a moment in time. And it wasn't because it was Betsy. It was because it just seemed to show so much energy, and enthusiasm, and just happiness to be alive. I gave him this photo and I said, tell me whether or not you think you can create a sculpture somehow representative of this two-dimensional surface. With the idea that I'm not so interested in the accurate representation of the face of the woman or the face of the dog, but I want the action. I want to be able to see the movement, the enthusiasm, the excitement, and the moment of being alive. And it wasn't until later, I wrestled with the idea of what the title is, because I found that I was always attracted more to the art pieces that I looked at from artists if it had a title. And I never thought about art that way before, but how important sometimes a title is to somebody making a relationship, connecting with it. I just hope that others are inspired by the message of being alive. I hope that others might think about doing something themselves to enhance the art platform here at the Senior Center. The Senior Center has art classes and an art teacher and art students, and so art is a big part of this Senior Center activity. And so the idea of enhancing that art and supporting that art is something that I think the community should do.
You'll be able to see the installation in person once the center reopens. Stay with us, because when we come back, more signs of the holiday season.
I wear a mask so I can safely fly out of Lexington Airport to go see my grandson.
Because I like grocery shopping and going out shopping with my daughters.
So I can feel safe when I go shopping or go to the grocery.
In memory of my husband, Bill McCann, who was a community leader, and he would have supported this cause.
Help me and wear yours too.
Help me and wear a mask too.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. Another sign of the holiday season has made its way to Triangle Park in downtown, the menorah. Rabbi Shlomo Livin talks about the significance of this symbol to Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah and welcome to the menorah at Triangle Park. We're here with the menorah today. The menorah is one of the oldest symbols of religious freedom, of universal freedom, that we all have the right to participate in our faith. See, a little over 2,000 years ago, the Hellenistic Syrian Greeks ruled the land of Israel. They took away the Jews' right to self-determination, and they ordered that the celebration of Judaism cease. And a brave group started off with a man named Matisyahu and his 5 teenage sons, and grew to a small army, fought off the most powerful army of the time, and they relit the menorah in the temple. They lit the menorah because the idea was that religious freedom and the ability to serve God should be a light onto the rest of the world. Today, menorahs are lit in parks and public places all over the world to celebrate the fact that the Maccabees only had 1 day of oil, but it lasted for 8 days. We have an 8-branch menorah with a center branch in the middle, a shamash. So menorahs will be lit this Hanukkah from anywhere from the White House to the governor's mansion to mayors all across the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and by individuals all across the world. One of the beautiful things about Hanukkah is coming together to celebrate. But sadly, we can't do that this year. The pandemic does not allow us to celebrate Hanukkah the way we have in the past. So the amazing grand menorah lighting we've had every year in Lexington won't take place. However, Hanukkah and Judaism in general is meant to be celebrated with your family. So everyone has the ability to celebrate Hanukkah at home, to put your menorah in the doorway and shine that light from your house into the street, to share that message that we all have the right, that is not only a Jewish message, but it's an American message, that we all have the right to worship how we want. We all have the right of religious freedom. Lubavitcher Rebbe, my personal mentor and the foremost leader of world Judaism in the modern era, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, would often say that in a time of great darkness, a small amount of light dispels a lot of darkness. It's been a pretty dark year, and there's been news after news, but the Jewish year changed a couple months ago. We're in a whole new paradigm shift, a whole new reality. And we have the chance now to light up all the darkness. to be the change that we need right now. So I encourage everyone, if you have a menorah, light it in the window, light it in the doorway, celebrate Hanukkah with your family and share that light with your community. If you don't have a menorah, contact Chabad, email chabadofthebluegrass@gmail.com, and I will send you a menorah to your home. Everyone should be able to participate in the menorah. And while we don't have grand menorah lightings, every one of our individual lights at our home can light up the entire world. The way we celebrate Hanukkah is simple. On the first night, which this year is December 10th, Thursday, we light one candle. It doesn't seem like much, one lone little candle. However, on the second night, we light 2 candles. The light's already doubled. By the third night, we light 3 until the entire menorah is lit up. People think that to make change in this world, to improve this world, you need to make huge changes. It's not true. Just add a little light. Because if you add a little light today, there'll be more light tomorrow and more light the day after. You reach out again and again and again. That's why the Rebbe pushed that there should be public menorahs all over, so that people could see the light and be inspired, not only to light a menorah at home, but also to be a light, to add that little light and to make the world a more beautiful and light-filled place. Happy Hanukkah.
And in case you missed it, a special program was held over the Thanksgiving weekend for the city's annual Christmas tree lighting. Due to the pandemic, things looked a little different this year.
Happy holidays, Lexington, Kentucky. My name is Mandy, host of the Mandy and Jimmy Show on Hits 106.3. I would like to welcome you all to tonight's tree lighting ceremony presented by Baird. Please don't forget to visit the Unified Trust Company Ice Rink in Triangle Park. It is now open. Mark your calendars to join us downtown on Midland Avenue for Lexington's Christmas Parade, presented by Baird on Saturday, December 12th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. We'll have a special reverse parade this year. You can find more information at downtownlex.com. I would like to recognize Baird Downtown Lexington Partnership, the City of Lexington, Humana, Kinetic by Windstream, LM Communications, and WKYT for partnering to produce this wonderful event. A special thanks goes out to Kentucky Utilities Company for presenting Illuminate Lexington. We would like to also give a sincere thank you to the family of Tom Lynch for donating our Christmas tree. It is an honor to have this beautiful tree in our downtown, and we are eager for the memories it will create over the coming weeks. Next, I would like to introduce Terry Sweeney, President and CEO of Downtown Lexington Partnership.
Thank you for tuning in this evening. We are pleased to continue the Christmas tree lighting tradition, albeit virtually. So on behalf of the Downtown Lexington Partnership, I'd like to thank Illuminate Lexington presenting sponsor, Kentucky Utilities, Tree Lighting Festival presenting sponsor, Baird, media partners, LM Communications and WKYT, and the City of Lexington employees that decorate downtown. One last note, don't forget our downtown businesses. They need your support during these challenging times. For our part, the Downtown Lexington Partnership is again holding the Shop and Celebrate Customer Reward Program presented by Central Bank. Visit downtownlex.com for details. Now I'd like to introduce Lexington Mayor Linda Gordon.
We're lighting up downtown tonight. Lexington will shine bright with the spirit of the season. In just a few minutes, Santa will start our countdown to turn on the lights. But first, I want to thank the members of the Parks and Recreation Street Crews who have been working since late October to put lights on 110 street trees, plus our downtown Christmas trees. It's a big job. Our tree in Triangle Park has 100 ornaments and 800 lights. I also want to thank Kentucky Utilities, Baird, and our partner in producing this tree lighting ceremony, the Downtown Lexington Partnership. And now we'll go to the North Pole.
Thank you, Mayor Gordon. I'm here at home at the North Pole, staying safe and warm, but don't worry. Come Christmas Eve, my reindeer and I will be flying to Lexington. Boys and girls, 2020 has been a very difficult year for everyone. And I want you each to know how proud Santa is of you, all the things that you've done. You've gone to school online, wearing your mask, social distancing, and keeping your family healthy at home. What do you say we light the Christmas tree? We're gonna count down from 10 and I want you to do it with me. Okay, are you ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my, isn't that tree beautiful? Merry Christmas.
Most meetings at City Hall are running virtually, but we are bringing many of these meetings to you live. Check out our website for the most accurate and up-to-date coverage of city business. And for the latest on how the city is handling the pandemic, visit our official response site, including testing sites. Simply click on the banner at the top of our homepage. That's all for now, but as always, you can keep up with us on social media, check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter at LexRex, or catch our live traffic cams on LexingtonKY.gov. For all of us at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.